the science fair. On Monday morning, the principal announced exciting news to the whole school. The school would hold a science fair next month in the large gym. Each student could choose a project and work alone or in a small team. Tables would fill the hall, and bright lights would shine on every display. Parents, teachers, and local judges would come to see each experiment. The corridors buzzed with ideas and laughter. Alex felt a strong spark of excitement inside him. Alex sat at his desk and opened his notebook. He loved science more than any other subject. He wrote down words like experiment, hypothesis, and data. He tried to think of a simple project that he could finish on time. He looked around and saw classmates talking about plants and magnets. He wondered if he could do something with light or sound. His mind danced with possibilities, but no single idea felt just right. The next day, Alex found Mr. Harris, the science teacher, in room 12 after class. Mr. Harris smiled and asked, "What are you thinking for the fair, Alex?" Alex shared several ideas, but he still could not decide. Mr. Harris suggested making a small volcano model or testing plant growth under different lights. He said both projects could teach useful lessons and work well on a table. Alex thanked Mr. Harris and walked back with a clearer plan. That afternoon, Alex met his friend Ben by the library's front door. Ben had long thought about making a volcano. He had gathered baking soda, vinegar, and a cardboard cone. "Look," said Ben, "if we add red food coloring, our volcano will look like real lava." Alex held the model and smiled. They agreed to team up. Alex would measure the liquid amounts and record the results, and Ben would shape the volcano and add the color. In the days that followed, Alex and Ben met at Ben's house after school. They built a cone of thick cardboard and plaster. Alex measured 2 tablespoons of baking soda for each experiment. Ben poured a cup of vinegar colored with a drop of red dye. They mixed the liquids and watched foam pour from the top. Alex wrote in his notebook, "Volume of foam depends on baking soda amount." Ben nodded and took a photo for their display. Meanwhile, Carl, another classmate, worked alone on a small robot. He was good with wires and batteries. He wanted to show how a tiny robot could follow a black line on paper. He cut out wheels and attached sensors under the robot's body. Carl practiced every evening in his garage. He tested the robot's speed on straight lines and curves. He wrote clear instructions on a poster board for judges to read. One Saturday morning, Alex went to the school library to read about volcanoes. He found a book with pictures of Mount Etna and Mount Fuji. He learned that natural eruptions release ash and gas as well as lava. He wrote down a simple definition of eruption and underlined the word magma. He also drew a quick diagram of a volcano's shape. This extra background would help him explain the science during the fair. The next week, Ethan asked to join Alex and Ben's group. Ethan was curious about all parts of science. He said he could help with the display board if they let him. Alex and Ben agreed. Ethan spent 2 afternoons making bright posters. He wrote titles, definitions, and simple sentences so visitors could read easily. He cut photos and glued them next to words. His design made the project look clear and neat. As the deadline grew closer, the team faced a small challenge. One day, their volcano model cracked under the weight of plaster. They rushed to repair it. Alex held the broken pieces while Ben applied fresh glue. Ethan cut new strips of cardboard to add support. They worked until the library closed. Finally, the model looked strong again. Alex felt proud of their teamwork and careful repair. On the morning of the fair, Alex woke before sunrise. He packed the Volcano model, poster board, notebook, and extra supplies in his backpack. At school, he and his friends set up their table. Carl arranged his robot on a small track beside them. Other students displayed leaf experiments, water filters, and solar ovens. The gym filled with bright tables and colorful projects. Alex smiled, his heart beat with excitement. When the judges arrived, each team stood beside its display. Alex explained, "We made a model volcano. We mixed baking soda and vinegar to create an eruption. We measured the foam volume for different baking soda amounts. Our data shows that more baking soda makes a bigger foam flow." He pointed to a chart on the poster board. One judge nodded, smiled, and asked a question about real volcano safety. Alex answered clearly and with confidence. Next to them, Carl's robot rolled smoothly along the paper track. The judges watched as it followed each curve without stopping. Carl described how each sensor under the robot's front detected the black line. The judges checked his diagrams and praised his work. Nearby, other teams presented projects on wind energy, plant growth, and simple circuits. The gym echoed with questions and applause. After all presentations, students moved to the front of the gym for the award ceremony. The principal thanked every student for hard work and creativity. He read the names of winners in each grade. Alex felt his stomach tighten when the principal said, "Third place in grade 7 goes to Carl for his line-following robot." Carl walked up, smiled, and accepted the ribbon. Alex clapped and felt happy for his friend. Then the principal said, "Second place goes to Alex, Ben, and Ethan for their volcano project." Alex's knees felt weak, but he stepped forward with his teammates. Ben gave him a quick high five. Ethan's eyes shone with joy. They held the ribbon together. Alex felt proud not only of the project, but also of how they helped each other. He learned that teamwork and planning can make science fun and clear. Finally, the principal announced, "First place goes to David for his solar oven design." David, a quiet student, walked with his glowing solar oven model. Alex and his friends clapped loudly and cheered for David. They felt glad for all winners. After the fair, their teacher, Mr. Harris, praised every project and encouraged them to keep exploring science. After the fair, Alex and his friends packed their things and carried the model back to the library. The librarian, Mr. Patel, asked if he could display the volcano project in the reading corner for the next week. Alex beamed and agreed. He thought it was nice that more students and younger children could see how a volcano works. That afternoon, Alex went home and told his father all about the fair. His father asked many questions. How did you measure the foam? What surprised you most? Alex showed him the chart in his notebook and explained that the biggest foam came when they used 3 tablespoons of baking soda. His father smiled and suggested they try a new experiment together, maybe with different liquids next time. Alex felt happy to share science at home. The next day, Alex's younger brother Leo looked at the display in the library. Leo asked, "Can I try an experiment too?" Alex sat beside him on a small chair and gave him a simple worksheet. The worksheet had spaces to write the date, materials, and results. Together, they mixed 1 spoon of baking soda with vinegar, watched the foam, and then drew the volcano shape. Leo laughed when the foam fizzed up. Alex felt proud as a teacher. A week later, Mr. Harris announced that the science fair display would move to the local community center. He invited the top 3 teams to present again for families and neighbors. Alex, Ben, Ethan, Carl, and David met after school to set up tables once more. Alex wrote a short speech to welcome visitors. He said, "Science is everywhere. We test ideas and learn from every result." Parents and little children came, asked questions, and even tried to pour vinegar into the model themselves. During the community presentation, Alex noticed a boy named Frank, about 8 years old, staring at the volcano with big eyes. Frank whispered, "Can I have your data sheet?" Alex smiled and handed him a copy. Frank ran to his mother, said, "Look, Mama, I want to learn too." Alex felt that their simple project had inspired another young scientist. In the days that followed, Alex, Ben, and Ethan met again to plan their next science idea. They discussed solar power, simple circuits, and water filters. "Maybe we can make a small motor for the next fair," Ben suggested. Ethan drew a quick design on paper. Alex nodded and said, "Let's write a plan and a list of materials." They knew the new project would take effort, but they were ready. On the bus ride home from the community center, Alex looked at his old ribbon and smiled. He opened his notebook and wrote a short note. "Science is about asking questions and finding answers with care." He closed the book and thought of all the fun experiments he had tried. The science fair had taught him more than just volcanoes. It taught him patience, cooperation, and the joy of discovery. With his curiosity alive, he looked forward to another adventure in science.